Alright, another quick video. So Megan Thee Stallion responded to Nicki Minaj sophisticatedly, indirectly, on her Twitter about 2 hours ago. And she said, I'm not giving no energy to nothing that don't make me happy or make me no money. We know that Nicki put out a Roman remix single and try to sub Meg and say something like 15 years in the game, you still don't level up. And my album sold, no, she said my singles or songs sold more than your album. So we know Megan Thee Stallion is actually projected to do more than they said that she would. So she's going to debut at number 3 with about 66,000. We know that Nicki Minaj, sadly, she's going to debut at number 1. But this is the thing, though. Many people are talking about why does Cardi respond and give the time of day? Because people just use it to sell. They use it as a selling point. They use it to fit their narratives. So why is she responding? And I just say that it boils down to threshold. How people grow up, the life experiences they've been through, and who they're surrounded by can sometimes almost make somebody a little bit more sensitive or more caring than others. What do I mean by this? Megan Thee Stallion has been through a lot. Loss of a parent recently, especially. Going through being shot, going through social media people telling her she's lying. Then she still has a court case to go through. She has the label issues to go through, and her label CEO talking so negatively about her on social media. She has people coming at her for doing songs with CardiB, a song with CardiB, and for working with her. So with time, Megan does clap back occasionally, but very infrequently. And it's because her threshold is higher. Now, what does this mean? Cardi B is a little bit more, I care about people. I don't know why people are coming at me. I'm just doing me. I'm happy. I want others to be happy. I don't wish nothing wrong on other people. But that's a fairy tale in this day and age, especially in social media. So Cardi is still in that innocent stage. She hasn't gotten to the threshold where she's like, F this. It's on. The only time that Cardi, always reacts would be, of course, when people come for her family, her character. That would make her react. But when you get to that threshold where you've been through so much stuff that it takes a mountain to really affect you. Like 10 years ago, the old me was Cardi B. Now, I'm Megan Thee Stallion probably 2.0 in terms of how I react to things. Nobody's getting the best of me. You're not going to put me in a situation where you make me feel a certain way. I'm going to get out of that situation or flip it on you before you do that. So I'm more calculated because I've been through so much that a lot of things don't affect me as they did because my threshold is higher. Megan has been through a lot of stuff in her life. Has Cardi gone through a lot of social media abuse and bullying? Yes. But Megan has gone through that and outside factors. I went through a lot of outside factors, and those things build you up. So Cardi cannot be expected to behave like she doesn't care and doesn't get affected when that's not who she is. She's not at that threshold at all. So let her be her. Hopefully, it's my prayer that she does cross that threshold so she does not give anybody a time of day. But until then, the only thing you can do is wish and pray that she has a team around her that is helping get her to that threshold. Speaking of teams, we know that Atlantic leaked or put out that song conveniently after Nicki released her Roman remix. This brings out to the same rumor that's been going around that Nicki somehow is being fed about Cardi's next moves, and that she allegedly strategically plans her releases and actions based off of that. If you remember, Cardi released Shake It, a drill record. All of a sudden, Nicki's doing a drill record. Cardi's doing a No Love remix. Nicki releases a No Love extended remix, her song No Love, on the same day. Tell me that's not crazy. Cardi posts pictures about her baby when she gave birth. All of a sudden, Nicki puts out pictures. Then all of a sudden, Cardi is releasing her video for Hot-ish. And Nicki on the same day, same night, says that she has a record coming. She lies to people that she could release it on Friday of that week so that it doesn't look bad. Like, why are you telling us something when you're not releasing it? And guess what? She releases it a month later. She knew for a fact that she was going to release it a month later because Joe Budden said it on his podcast that she's been planning this with her team for months. She has strategically gotten the social engineering down because she has manipulated an army enough to get her narrative out and make her look good and kind of flip the tables. And she's been trying to directly attack Cardi and Megan, but none of them are responding to her directly. And it's kind of irritating her because she's going back and forth with people on social media, random people, starting with them, blocking people. And she even posted something online in the neighborhood talk, or rather the baller alert, sorry. And people were ripping her apart until they had to limit the comment section. So, she said, I'll read it so I don't misquote it. Cowards can always dish but can never take. People go in and say she's talking about her husband or herself. Is she talking about her brother or her husband? All she always do is cap. Girl, at yourself. Then somebody says she's finally talking about herself. Someone says pot calling kettle black. Someone says, okay, Miss throws subs and never at anybody. Someone says she's annoying. She needs therapy. And then one person said, we didn't forget how you folded when Bardi pressured you. Next. And then someone is like, left my ass out loud. I didn't mean to say that. ASS, sorry. She's subbing herself. And then the audacity of this woman, she's an effing piece of work. Someone says she needs therapy. She's never happy. It's the misery for me. And this is a general population because Bardigang, for the most part, we are kind of staying shy away from blogs because blogs are being paid, clearly. If you remember how Shade Room posted an unflattering video of Nicki performing, didn't make her look good. Of course, she's added weight. And Nicki was in the comments in less than, I tell you, 1 minute. And she told them, delete that video. Why would you post that when there are plenty of other videos you could post? And guess what Shade Room did? Because they claim they're not being paid or being monitored and controlled, they deleted it, right? So this fact that Baller Alert limited the comment section, it kind of showed that there must have been a communication. It's been a long-going thing where people have taken screenshots and said that Nicki has called them to threaten them on their DMs and everything. DJ Academics was one of them, even though now he's flip-flopping and talking about, oh, Nicki is this and that. He posted that and said she was threatening him. So my thing is, somebody in Cardi's camp is just leaking stuff. She, to me, I think needs to do a full clean house, one, and then she just needs to release the album and just let it go. Let that second album go. You still have time. Girl, you're young. You're so young. And Bardigang will embrace it. So, all this that's going on with Cardi's threshold, she might be more of an overthinker. I would be an overthinker. Like, I would overthink about overthinking. There's a meme that says a Taurus, and I'm a Taurus too. A Taurus overthinks and overthink. So imagine being that, a Taurus, and then being at a threshold where a lot of things affect you because you kind of are like, man, I'm the good guy. Why would you do that to me? And then you get to that point where you're like, you know what? I dare you. I dare you to do it. And you kind of exert that presence of, where sometimes you don't even have to talk. You just have that look of, don't try it. And eventually, Cardi might get to that place, or maybe she might not. And I can't even fault her for that, because 10 years ago, I didn't think I would get to this place either. But sometimes you have to go through a lot of things again. You have to go through a lot of things to build that stamina. If you've always had things very well put together for you and have never experienced something to the extreme and negative, then you can't really have that tough skin until you get to that place. And sometimes life experiences get somebody to that place. It doesn't have to be losing somebody or anything. It could be just consistent life experiences. And I'm praying that Cardi gets there and not cares about any little man who's trying to get clout off of her, or even any industry people who are trying to get clout off her. So that's my prayer. That's my wish. And I think that's all I got to say.